Yo, what's happening, everybody? Welcome to another episode of Unboxing Web3. Guccheetah here with my homie Cryptodilly. What's up, buddy?
What's going on, Guccheetah? Super excited for today's episode. We're going to be unboxing the Puma Infernos, which are extremely rare. But before we get into that, obviously we gotta, check out what you're wearing. Another fit check from House OG. Tell us about it.
Yeah, just a quick little fit check. This is a long sleeve, super soft sweatshirt. It's a logo sweatshirt. This one's rare. It's got the rainbow grill. But yeah, this drops January 17th. The rarity is in the teeth. So diamond's legendary. We got the gold grill. We got the rainbow teeth. Fun drop from House OG January 17th. I can't wait to see these Pumas. I've seen illustrations of them. I saw them on our timeline way back in the day. They look futuristic. They look out of this world. Let's talk about it. Let's get into it. What's up?
Let's do it. Yeah. So these Puma Infernos, they had a claim window. You actually had a token that you exchanged for a materializer. And then those materializers were burned, and that was actually how you'd claim the shoe. So there was two different shoes. You could pick the Nitros or you could pick the Inferno, and it was limited to a supply of 2,000 for each. Now, obviously, with claims, not everybody claims everything. So who knows? They might be rarer than just 2,000, but supply is definitely limited, and these things are crazy. So let's get right into it. They come in this freaking box. This thing's massive, like huge. So like I'm all the way back here, right? And this thing is crazy big. Okay. It's pretty awesome. It's like a fancy box, I will say. And when you open this up, this is what it looks like in the inside. And then you get to the shoes. So these bad boys come like in a foam packaging. Like super interesting the way that they packaged this all together. But we'll take the shoes out, put those there, and we'll have a look at them. So these are the Puma Inferno. And as you can see, it's like this white foam that's kind of hard around the exterior. And then it's almost like there's a normal shoe kind of inside of this. The shoe itself, they have this clasp which straps the shoelaces down, tighten up against your feet. And then the sole itself, you have just like a base sole, but kind of a crazy design there. And on the back, it's like spikes. So like you want to, kick somebody, you're able to just like, injure somebody with the back of these things. So these are the Puma Infernos though. There's not really a lot to get into as far as the detail. It's a foam material. It looks like it's really like a hard plastic. It's actually pretty foamy and malleable. The only logo on it is you have the Nitro right here, which is very hard to see. And you have that on both the shoes themselves. And then more of a, glossy design around the base of the shoe. Not really a tongue design. You don't really see any Puma logos anywhere. And there's definitely nothing on the heel as well. So it's a very interesting shoe. Inside the sole itself, it just has the Inferno logo. It says Puma on it as well. But that's the Infernos. What are your initial thoughts on these bad boys?
I mean, they are out of this world. The packaging is just completely unnecessary. I mean, I don't know. They're pretty big though, so maybe they need them. Are those NFC? Are they digital?
Are not chip. What's interesting is I think they learned their lesson. Initially, they did just the claim and you were able to burn the token. And then it basically had no digital footprint beyond that. They did Black Station where you're able to go to like a metaversal experience to do all this. But now the shoes that they're dropping, they actually come with a digital twin. And so there is some different, NFT related stuff going forward. I think it's just kind of like a trial and error with a lot of these brands. And this was one of their first shoe drops that they ever did.
Well, digital or not, I mean, those definitely belong in the metaverse. Let's jump into rating these guys. All right, I don't even know how to begin with that packaging. I mean, did you like it? Like, was it fun to unbox? What would you rate the package?
I kind of have the same expectation as you. Like, when I first got the box, I was like, what could possibly be in this big box? And I opened it up, and it is completely unnecessary. I've never opened shoes and felt like they're on display when I'm opening it. And it's definitely a very high quality box. Like They didn't skimp on the actual box material itself. I'm going epic on the actual packaging itself. I think this was a cool, fun idea and a good way of like, you know, showing like that they care about what they have inside the package itself.
Well, an epic seems appropriate. I mean, when you like Day or recreate what a shoebox can be, then you definitely deserve some extra points there. So skipping on past packaging, let's get into quality. What do you think?
Quality is interesting. I feel like they definitely cut some corners. These are made in China, and that's shown on the label on the inside. It feels like the shoe itself it's like a foamy material, but I don't feel like it's like quality. It's not something where, you know, you feel like they put a lot of effort into the actual shoe itself. What is interesting is like this foam around it. Foam seems to be, you know, an interesting material, but it's almost like they went and they 3D printed this thing, right? With some foam. It's not a bad shoe by any means, but it's not like comfortable design in my opinion. And it's just kind of weird. It's a weird shoe. I'm gonna say quality is uncommon, just because it is so unique, yet it's not like a common shoe, but it is definitely not the materials that you'd think are like elevated for a shoe like this.
Right, and a shoe that big too, it seems like there's a lot of opportunity to add embellishments or different materials to maybe make that quality go up a level. So from here, uncommon seems appropriate. What about wearability, or I imagine maybe displayability? These are insane. Will you wear them? Have you worn them? How do they feel if you have?
I have not worn them. I have friends that got these shoes as well, like A-Bomb, shout out A-Bomb, and he actually wears these to different events around town, and he's gotten a lot of compliments. They're definitely head turners. Like when you are rocking these, people are like, what the hell is that guy wearing? Which is cool. But at the same time, it's not something I'm gonna wear just because I'll get into the value a little bit later. As far as displayability, I would love to put these things on display. They are so big, they actually don't fit in my display cases. That's the downside to these things. But as far as displayability, wearability, I'm not rocking these in the streets. I'm not wearing them to any events, but I have people that have, and so that kind of sways me a little bit. It is better than a common, but I'm still going uncommon with the wearability / displayability category on me.
You got to hit up Shaq, man, find out where he gets display cases for his shoes. All right, so value, super limited, right? We're under 2,000 a pair, super unique. I don't know if we'll see other shoes like this again from Puma or any other brand. I mean, this is a first right here. What would you rate it in value?
Value's got to be up there. I mean, the fact that this was Puma's first like entrance into Web3, and they released 2 sets of shoes. They released the Nitro and they released the Infernos. The people that were actually able to get these, you were a supporter of Puma very, very early on to their Web3 journey. And so there's a very limited number of people that would even have access to this shoe. Beyond that, with these shoes themselves, they're so crazy, they're so out of this world, as you said, that they're definitely something that, if, you know, 20 years down the road, 10 years down the road, somebody that's a shoe collector that is into Puma and they're looking at, you know, digital collectibles, NFTs, this is going to be something that appears at the top of their list. And so I think for value, this is rare. These are rare shoes. They're extremely limited, and it's Puma's first shoe. So provenance is there for this as well.
Okay, very cool. Let me jump into viewer score. So watching you unbox these, I've been, you know, computing in my head, like, how do I really, you know, feel about these shoes? And one, I got to tell you, I'm going to go ahead and let you know right now, I'm going to reward Puma. Them creating like a new box experience, them experimenting with a new type of shoe that we've never seen before. I mean, it just fits into like the ethos of like what we're about in Web3 and the metaverse, right? Like pushing boundaries and experimentation. And so this might be like not a grand slam, or not many people might wear them, but when you look back on these shoes, they're going to look like a snapshot. They're going to be iconic of 2023 of like metaverse when this was brand new. So like, I want to give them little pluses for the experimentation, because I want to encourage that. And you know, they are fascinating shoes. So although I wish I were the type of person that would rock these, and maybe I will at some point, I feel like those should be like runway shoes in like an experimental fashion show. Although I might not wear them or display them, I respect them. And so I'm going to give them these Puma shoes a rate. So where does that leave us?
Yeah, I mean, with that, the score really comes down to packaging is an epic. We got quality at an uncommon. We have wearability at an uncommon. And then we have the value at a rare and the viewer score at a rare. So where that places these is a rare. I mean, Puma did great. These are the Puma Infernos, very limited. Some people are rocking them right now, so that's going to only increase the value of the ones that haven't been rocked on the street. So super excited to have these. Tell us in the comments below what you guys think of these shoes. We definitely love to read your guys' comments and see if you agree with our ratings on these. Obviously, if you haven't already, I think 87% of our viewers are not subscribed to the channel. So definitely subscribe to our channel and give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed this unboxing of the Puma Infernos. With that, Guccheetah, do you have anything to wrap it up with?
Yeah, if you're keeping score, keeping track, these Pumas rank at a rare right alongside LaMelo Ball Pumas, right alongside the BAYC Bapestas, above the Tina J's, and under King Nike with them Air Force Ones. So peace. Thanks for joining us. Do what Dilly says. Subscribe. We'll see you on the next one.